love where we are right now, because we need to have an intellectual conversation for a minute. Because all protest works, but protest has to be strategic and it has to be focused. And as I was listening to my sister talk about police violence, I thought back to one of the greatest champions of rights to ever live. His name was Thurgood Marshall. And Thurgood understood that not only do we have to march the streets, but we have to march on the courthouses. And we have to strike down legal precedents. So there was a case, Dred Scott, that legalized separate but equal. And Thurgood took it upon himself as counsel for the NAACP to set up cases to challenge Dred Scott. Brown versus the Board of Education was a similar case that struck down segregation, right? We're talking about police violence, right? So there's a case that codified the reasonableness theory. It's Graham versus Connor, 490 U.S. 386, 1989. In the Graham case, the Supreme Court stated where the court determined objective reasonable standard should apply to a civilian's claim that law enforcement officials used excessive force in the course of making an arrest, investigatory stop, or other seizures of a person. So every single case, we've been marching, we've been protesting, we've been shutting stuff down, and we've been getting victories. But we got to get that final victory. And that final victory is to strike this case down. This is our Dred Scott. We need a Brown case. And so that's why when I got the call to come to Yale, it was a no-brainer. Because you know that half of the Supreme Court justices either come from Yale or Harvard. So I need to come have a conversation with the brilliant black minds up here to do one thing. Focus your mind on changing this precedence. I want y'all to remember that case, because that's what it's going to take. So we can march, we can protest, we can shut stuff down, but we got to make sure that the 9 people that sit in the United States Supreme Court hear our voice loud and clear. Because I'm tired of Trayvon. I'm tired of Mike Brown. I'm tired of Eric Garner. I'm tired of Oscar Kane. I'm tired of Attorney Griggs. I'm tired of Jimmy Atchison. And that's the reason why I became an attorney. And I want to raise a legion of attorneys so that we can change the systemic racist approaches that are codified in law. The only way you change law is to either, 1, get the House and the Senate to do the right thing. But we saw yesterday that ain't gonna happen. Or we get the Supreme Court to do the right thing. That's how you attack the system. So we have to be goal-oriented and focused and understanding how we change systems. And so what I would say is, and that's a long story to get to where we're going, but we got to have the outside game, which is the protesting and the marches and the shut stuff down. And then we got to have the inside game, which is the intellectual capacity to argue cases all the way up, to force state legislatures to change laws, and to make sure that this ignorant narrative that's going on in our community, that our votes don't count, that they don't matter, that we end that right now. Because if we don't, these systems are going to continue to perpetuate what they've been doing from inception. And it's time for us to act like our ancestors and make it stop.